Something unusual has been circling around your name, quietly, silently, almost as if the universe has been waiting for you to pause long enough to notice it. A financial signal, one not meant for the general public, has surfaced with your identity woven into it in a way that isn't accidental, random, or mistaken. It's the kind of discovery that gives a person a strange jolt in their chest, like recognizing something familiar inside a moment you've never lived before. A transfer was initiated, not by someone you know, not by someone connected to your past, but by a complete stranger. Someone whose presence has never touched your life, yet somehow their intention found its way directly to you. This wasn't a slip of a button or a casual transaction. The amount involved is large enough for digital systems to pause, recheck, and verify it with more scrutiny than usual. And yet every check aligned perfectly with your identifiers, your initials, the specific sequence tied to your profile. While you're reading this, that digital trail is hovering, holding position, almost as if waiting to see whether your awareness rises to meet it. And the moment you lean in, truly lean in, the energy shifts around the entire situation. There's a line running from the sender to you, but what makes this situation so rare is the nature of the sender. They conceal their identity with precision, but not with secrecy of fear, secrecy of purpose. People who give anonymously usually do so for one of three reasons: gratitude they cannot express aloud, support they want to offer without receiving anything in return, or a quiet acknowledgment of someone's inner strength. And whichever reason sparked this transfer, it's tied directly to you in a way both strange and deeply intentional. The system examining this transaction has flagged it as unusually meaningful. It didn't label it an error or a suspicious glitch. Instead, it placed the transfer under a category that suggests intention beyond the ordinary. And intention matters, especially when it comes wrapped in silence. Nothing about this feels rushed. The timestamp matched a moment where something in your life was shifting, the kind of shift no one can see from the outside, but the universe always recognizes. You might think this is coincidence, but systems don't respond to coincidence. They respond to patterns, signatures, and signals. And you've triggered all three just by being present here, right now, reading this message at the exact moment you were meant to. The blessing connected to your name seems to be waiting for your acknowledgement, as though your awareness completes the circuit that allows it to move. Imagine standing in front of a door that responds not to a key, but to your presence, your focus, your decision to stay long enough to understand why this moment feels heavier, fuller, more charged than the ones before it. That's where you are right now. You've stepped into a moment that was prepared long before you reached it. Everything about this transfer suggests it wasn't created out of obligation or mistake. It carries the emotional weight of someone acting with purpose. And although their identity remains hidden, their intention glows through the details like light behind a curtain. The digital systems involved confirmed your data with an intensity that only happens when the incoming blessing is unusually large or unusually meaningful. Each clearance passed without error, each authentication matched perfectly. That doesn't happen with random accidents, that happens with destiny, level timing. And while this transfer makes its slow but steady approach toward you, something else has started aligning. The sense that this moment is bigger than the numbers attached to it. It is symbolic. It is reflective of the shift your life has been preparing for in silence. There are seasons where everything feels still, quiet, suspended, and then there are moments where something clicks into place without warning. This is one of those moments. The financial system holding your pending amount has now paused itself in a waiting pattern, almost as if it's watching your engagement, monitoring whether you remain present enough for the final sequence to activate. And the truth is, your presence matters more than you realize. You staying connected to this moment sends a signal through the system that says, receiver is active, aligned, aware. A shift is forming. Quiet, powerful, and inching closer than you think. From the moment you move deeper into this message, something changed within the system tracking your pending blessing. The tags associated with your transfer, tags usually hidden behind encrypted layers, began reorganizing themselves. The system now recognizes you not merely as a potential receiver, but as an engaged participant, someone whose awareness has activated the next phase. It's rare for anything digital to respond to human presence, and yet here you are watching subtle signals unfold in real time. The sender, still masked, left behind no message except a timestamp that aligns almost eerily with a turning point in your internal world. That timestamp is the universe circling a moment in your life and saying, "Here. This is where it begins." Most people never get to witness the inner mechanics of a blessing before it lands, but you're not most people. You're standing inside a moment that feels aware of you, as if the universe itself is leaning closer, waiting to see what you'll do next. And what you're doing, simply staying present, is more powerful than you realize. That presence has triggered a second wave of system scans. In those SCA, NS, one classification rose above the rest: intentional gifting. This classification excludes randomness, excludes error, excludes obligation. It suggests purpose. It suggests thought. It suggests someone somewhere felt compelled, pulled even, to send energy and abundance toward your path. Think about that for a moment. Someone made a choice in silence, without expectation. Someone released something valuable with trust that it would reach the right soul. Someone aimed their generosity at you without needing applause or recognition. There is a beauty in that kind of anonymity, a purity, a humility. People who bless in silence have a different kind of heart, a heart that listens to intuition, to timing, to spiritual guidance. And right now your name is wrapped inside that guidance. As the encrypted logs pull back more layers, another detail rises. The amount being transferred is labeled under impact level elevated. This means the blessing wasn't meant for a casual shift. It was meant to move your life forward in a measurable way, financially, emotionally, or through opening doors that felt sealed shut. Systems don't assign this label lightly. It only appears when the transfer carries influence beyond its number. And the number behind your blessing is big. Big enough to cause several stages of digital hesitation before being approved. Yet it was approved instantly. There's also something else, something more subtle. The system marked your decision to keep reading as active engagement, a signal that strengthens the connection. It's as if this blessing needs both sides to be aware, the giver with intention, and the receiver with presence. Your presence creates alignment. Your awareness creates confirmation. And every second you choose to remain here, the blessing moves one step closer into your reality. Now here's the part that might surprise you. Financial systems don't type I. Cali monitor emotional awareness, but this one has generated an emotional tag, recipient alignment rising. It suggests the universe has been watching not just your actions but your inner growth, your resilience, your patience, your survival through moments that would have broken someone else. And perhaps the stranger who gifted this sensed that, even from afar. Some people don't need to know you personally to feel your energy. Some people bless based on intuition alone. As deeper layers unfold, one encrypted field stands out: gratitude-based delivery. It means the sender's reason wasn't pity or charity, it was gratitude, maybe for the energy you carry, for the kindness you give, or for the strength you radiate, even when no one knows what you're carrying. Gratitude can form invisible bonds between people who've never met. And right now gratitude is threading your name into a miracle that has been waiting for the right moment to land. Your transaction is now entering a fragile yet powerful stage, release pending recognition. This stage activates only when the system senses that the receiver is becoming fully aware, fully conscious of the blessing approaching. And by being here, reading these words, you are fulfilling that awareness. Something is shifting. Something is moving. And the closer you get, the more undeniable the intention behind this gift becomes. A breakthrough is forming in your direction. Quiet, deliberate, unstoppable. As the system deepens its scan into the mysterious transfer, the details begin painting a picture that feels almost surreal. The data points, the encrypted markers, the hidden sequences, they all point towards something bigger than a simple monetary movement. It's as if you've stumbled into the center of a moment that has been waiting for you long before today. A new classification just surfaced: Benefactor level sender. This term isn't used for casual transfers or everyday exchanges. It's reserved for individuals who give intentionally, without needing acknowledgement, without expecting anything back. These are the people who bless in silence, who lift others quietly, who feel guided to act without announcing themselves. And whoever sent this amount to you chose anonymity with purpose. The system verified every detail associated with your identity with precision. No mismatches, no hesitations, no errors. It's almost like your name didn't just match the data, it resonated with it. When things align this effortlessly, it's rarely coincidence. It's orchestration. As soon as you continued into this stage, The system registered a new emotional signal, receiver awareness increasing. This indicates your consciousness is catching up with the blessing headed your way, a requirement for blessings that carry transformational power. Some gifts don't just arrive, they integrate. And integration requires readiness. You being here is that readiness. Even the encrypted logs acknowledge something extraordinary. The sender initiated the transfer through a secure channel used only for high-intention gestures. These channels require deliberation. They require confidence. They require purpose. And that purpose is tied directly to you. Another tag appears beneath the transaction. Life shift potential high. Transactions receive this label only when the amount sent is meant to spark change. Change in your stability, your opportunities, your direction. The system sees it. The universe sees it. And now for the first time, you're beginning to feel it too. As the system scans deeper, a rare label rises, no return expectation. This is powerful. It means the sender wanted nothing, not a message, not recognition, not contact. They didn't want a single thread linking them back to you. They simply wanted to give. This kind of giving comes a heart aligned with something larger than itself. It comes from people who follow intuition over logic. It comes from souls who feel your energy without needing to know your name. There's something comforting in knowing that someone, somewhere, felt moved to bless you without stepping forward. Generosity wrapped in silence carries a different kind of purity. A purity that mirrors the quiet strength you've had to hold throughout your own journey. A new system message appears, final routing initiated. This stage is exceptionally rare. It means the blessing has completed all checks, cleared all layers, and is now moving toward you with direction and purpose. Once a transaction reaches this phase, it no longer drifts or waits. It moves, and it moves fast. But even more striking is the next tag, release upon awareness. This indicates the sender wanted you to receive this blessing consciously, not blindly. They wanted you to understand that you were chosen, intentionally, purposefully, quietly, and maybe they wanted you to feel seen, even by someone who doesn't reveal themselves. Your energy, your resilience, your unspoken strength. Something about it called this blessing toward you. There are moments in life when the universe uses strangers as vessels to deliver what destiny has kept aside. And you've reached one of those moments. As you remain here, something else forms, a recognition from the system, a marker called emotional sync stable. This is extremely rare. It translates into one simple truth. Your readiness and the blessing's purpose have aligned perfectly. That alignment is the signal that moves destiny into motion. And right now, destiny is leaning in your direction. Something significant is preparing to unfold. Something meant for you. Something that carries the weight of timing, intention, and silent gratitude. You're closer than you realize, with every moment. You continue forward. The system shifts again, revealing layers that were previously hidden. The digital fingerprint of this transfer is unlike anything routine or casual. It's layered with intention, marked by uncommon tags, and wrapped in a kind of silent power that signals a larger purpose behind it. The transfer has now entered a stage known as release alignment confirmed, which suggests the blessing is no longer drifting toward you. It has begun synchronizing with your timeline, your energy, your readiness. This is a stage that only appears for transfers tied to significant life turning points. It indicates that everything is lining up: the sender's intention, the system's clearance, and your presence. A subtle field appears in the metadata: intentional gift, masked channel. This means the sender deliberately concealed their identity not to hide from you, but to shift the focus away from themselves and entirely onto the blessing. This is generosity without spotlight, support without credit, kindness without attachment. Those who give this way often act from intuition so strong it bypasses explanation. As the system continues scanning, another tag surfaces: opportunity activation. This indicates that the incoming blessing is meant to open doors, ones that you've been waiting on, hoping for, or silently praying over. It's not simply a financial shift, it's a directional one. Something in your life is about to expand in a way you may not see yet, but will soon feel. And then the next indicator appears: receiver worthiness confirmed. This tag usually stays hidden, but when it surfaces, it means the system has matched your personal journey with the intention behind the transfer. Every hardship, every quiet battle, every moment you kept going despite the weight, it's all being acknowledged in the background through these coded signals. The blessing doesn't just see your end. Amen. It sees your story. As you stay present, something else emerges. A tag that rarely ever activates: priority route, high intention delivery. This suggests the sender wanted the blessing to reach you quickly, cleanly, and without obstruction. People who choose this setting often do so because they feel an urgency about supporting the receiver's next steps. The universe tends to amplify that urgency when timing matters. Another field unlocks: no return required, a clear sign that the giver wanted absolutely nothing from you. Not a message, not reciprocity, not acknowledgment. When someone gives without expecting anything in return, it's because their spirit was moved, not their logic. And their spirit chose you. The system has now moved the transfer into a stage called destination lock, meaning it is secured to you, and only you. Reversal is nearly impossible at this point. Momentum is fully in motion. Everything that needed to align has aligned, and everything that needed to clear has cleared. But the deeper you move, the more the intention behind this transfer becomes clear. A new hidden tag appears: life support, uplift contribution. This doesn't imply emergency support. It implies emotional reinforcement, support given to someone whose inner strength has carried them through far too much on their own. Someone who deserves a moment where life finally gives back. This blessing is not charity. It is recognition. recognition of a heart that kept beating through storms, recognition of a soul that kept rising even when unseen. As if responding to your awareness, the system brings forward another message, recipient ready to receive. It acknowledges your openness, your presence, your willingness to allow something good to come your way. For some people, receiving is harder than giving. The system seems to understand that, and now that you're here, truly here, the final sequences are activating. This transfer is now closer than ever before. You can almost feel its proximity, how it hovers around your name like a blessing waiting for a door to open. And that door is opening, slowly, deliberately, purposefully. Something extraordinary is approaching, and it has your name written into its core. You've reached the stage the system reserves only for blessings that are moments from becoming reality. The transaction now carries the highest confirmation possible, release complete, awaiting claim. This is the point where the blessing is no longer preparing, traveling, or aligning. It has arrived. It is hovering at the threshold of your life, waiting for the final moment where awareness meets reception. The system recorded one final emotional imprint. When you stepped into this stage, receiver fully connected. This imprint signals that every requirement has been met. Your readiness, your presence, your alignment, your willingness to allow something good to reach you after a long season of carrying things alone. But the system isn't the only thing revealing truth. The encrypted message from the sender has finally surfaced, and it carries a profound simplicity. Because you deserve good things. No explanations, no conditions, no demands. Just a clear, quiet acknowledgement that your heart, your effort, your resilience, your presence in this world has earned a moment of uplift. The sender didn't give because of obligation or guilt. They gave because something in your energy called for recognition, and they answered that call. The universe often works through people, sometimes strangers, sometimes hidden benefactors, sometimes unexpected sources. And this time, it chose someone you've never met to deliver something your spirit has needed for a long time. A shift, a turning point. A moment where your story begins to rise instead of repeat. Another encrypted detail appears. Destiny support transfer. This is massive. It indicates the blessing was sent at the exact moment your life was ready to take a new direction. Timing isn't random. It's precise. This transfer was not meant for last month, not meant for last week. It was meant for now, for this version of you, for this stage of your journey. And that's why the next imprint is so powerful, doorway to new phase. It means this blessing is not just money. It's a sign of transition, a sign that your next chapter is unfolding, a sign that the weight you've been carrying is finally loosening. Another encoded signal rises from the deepest layer of the logs, Life Expansion Directive. This means the sender didn't want to simply ease a moment. They wanted to expand your future, to widen your path, to give you room to breathe again. Someone believed your story deserved momentum, not stagnation. As the system synchronizes the final steps, a new marker appears. one that feels almost poetic, alignment perfect, release certain. There is no more hesitation, no more verification, no more scanning for errors. Your blessing has locked into place, your breakthrough has already begun, and now the final truth stands in front of you, clear and undeniable. This blessing chose you because your energy, your actions, your heart, and your perseverance made you the rightful receiver. You didn't stumble into this. You didn't get lucky. You aligned. You grew. You endured. You showed the universe who you are even when no one was watching. And now, something long overdue has arrived. A gift without conditions, a blessing without noise, a shift without warning, a doorway into the life you've been waiting to step into. Your moment is here, your blessing is unlocked, and the universe is finally answering the parts of you that have been whispering for change. A new shift has begun unfolding around your name. Quiet, steady, and unmistakably deliberate. The system overseeing your blessing has moved into yet another rare stage, one that appears only when something powerful is preparing to merge completely into your reality. It's a phase known internally as integration stabilization, and it signals that the blessing is no longer approaching you. It has begun rooting itself into your timeline. That means the process is no longer about arrival, it's about absorption, about ensuring what's meant for you becomes part of your life without interruption, without reversal, without delay. The moment you entered this continuation, a new emotional signature surfaced, receiver grounded and aware. This signature doesn't activate simply because a person shows up. It activates when a person shows up with clarity, with intention, with openness. You being here is not passive. It's an energetic agreement between you and the blessing moving toward you. That agreement has strengthened the connection in ways that even the system itself acknowledges. As the encrypted layers reveal more of their truth, a new tag appears, one rarely seen, almost never triggered. Purpose echo detected. This means the blessing isn't only responding to the sender's intention, it's responding to something in you, something you've carried quietly. A purpose, a dream, a promise you once made to yourself in a moment where life felt heavier than your voice could express. Sometimes the universe hears what we whisper in exhaustion, in hope, or in moments where we almost gave up. And sometimes it answers through unexpected channels. The transfer continues to stabilize, and a second indicator emerges, trajectory uplift forecast. This suggests the incoming blessing isn't meant to create a small ripple. It's meant to shift the direction of your path. Perhaps you've felt stuck lately, like life has been circling the same point, repeating the same challenges. But this tag shows that the blessing has the potential to redirect your momentum, to tilt the road forward instead of looping you through the same cycles. A deeper scan reveals a remarkable field, sender alignment with receiver destiny. This is one of the rarest classifications, and it suggests the sender wasn't just acting on impulse or intuition. They were acting in harmony, with something larger than themselves, as if their spirit felt called to support your next chapter without needing to know your name, your face, or your story. People like that are uncommon. They give not from obligation but from resonance, from feeling, from guidance. Another unexpected detail emerges: timing synchronization optimal. This means the system recognizes that this exact moment is the ideal window for the blessing to enter your life. If it had come earlier, you might not have been ready for it. If it came later, circumstances may have shifted in ways that dimmed its impact. But this moment, right now, is in perfect alignment with your emotional state, your growth, your readiness. That alignment is what strengthens the flow. As the integration deepens, something unusual happens. The system logs a subtle but powerful emotional imprint. Receiver has carried enough. This imprint appears only when the universe registers long-term resilience, moments where you pushed through silently, held yourself together when no one knew, continued forward even when your path felt heavy. It acknowledges your endurance in ways most people never see, and it signals that your season of carrying everything alone is ending. Another hidden layer reveals a profound note: support release justified by inner strength. This means the blessing isn't arriving as pity or charity. It's arriving because your journey qualifies for reinforcement. Strength is beautiful, but even strength deserves rest. Even strength deserves support. Even strength deserves a moment where the load is lifted, instead of added to. This blessing is your moment. As the system finalizes this phase, yet another indicator rises: impact resonance expanding. This suggests the blessing's effect isn't meant to remain small. Its energy will ripple outward into multiple areas of your life, your decisions, your opportunities, your stability, your emotional space. It's the kind of shift that starts quietly but grows with each day, each choice, each step you take forward. And finally, the system settles into one last confirmation for this stage: integration secure, receiver synchronized. This means everything is locked in. The blessing has not only arrived, it has begun blending into your reality, preparing to manifest in ways you can feel, see, and experience tangibly. You've reached a moment where the universe has stopped whispering and started acting, clearly, definitively, powerfully. Something meaningful has intertwined with your path, something generous, intentional, and long overdue. And now it is yours, fully aligned, fully secured, and closer than ever to unfolding right into your hands.